Hi, my name is Carolyn, and this is my son, Ceon.
Hi.
Ceon is 21 and he's autistic. One goal that we have for Ceon for 2014 is to find him a group home. I actually looked for a group home in 2013, and I found a group home that I love for him. But it turned out to be a problem with the documentation that was coming from the regional center to support the placement for the facility. And when I say it was a problem, I have been receiving, as you all probably receive reports from the regional center annually, I have been receiving that report. But my son is 21, so I haven't been looking over the reports like all the time. So I didn't really know exactly everything that was inside of the report. So this made me have to look into the report so that I could understand why was it not supported, because from what I'm seeing, I visited the place, my son should fit in there. But once I started reviewing the documentation, I could see that the report had him sounding so independent that I could understand why he did not qualify for this place. For example, there were things in there that said stuff like, my son can read on a 4th grade level with comprehension. I wish that my son could read on a 4th grade level with comprehension. There are people who are on a 4th grade level who can actually get a job. So after seeing the things that were inside of this report, I understood why. So I ended up hiring an attorney, and I also had to get a psychological evaluation on my son. So we ended up getting the information to support the placement, but this was 3 to 4 months later. By this time, the facility, which is what they call the house, a facility, is like a normal house. They had to accept someone else because it took so long, for us to get placed. So now we're in a process of looking for another location. The regional center is looking. So I'm just hopeful that we are going to find some place this year for Ceon that actually works for him, that works for me, that works for my family, that everybody feels comfortable with. Because this whole group home situation is not something that I've always wanted to do. But now that he's 21, it's just time to start thinking about something different for him, to help him to be more independent. And I'm thankful that I'm here, I'm still alive, and I can be a part of this for him. I want to be able to make sure that he's in the best place that he can be and that he's happy in the place, not that something happens to me and he ends up in some place because there's no one there to take care of him. So these are just some things that we need to consider as parents. And also, getting into places like this, there's always some type of waiting list. So it's something that I wish that I would have thought of back when he was in high school and kind of looked at some of the options for some of these things, so that at this point we could already have it lined up. So just a suggestion for the parents who have young teenagers, it would be good for our children to be able to be a little more independent. So it's a thought, and I know it's not an easy thought, but we need to allow them to be able to grow. But it's very important that we make sure that they're safe. So, I understand the fears, but we have to let them grow up.